1300000.00. That's how much I have spent in the last 3 years to buy new clothes for myself. It could be even more, but definitely not less than that. I have so many clothes that even 3 big suitcases are not enough to pack them in. And you know the most interesting thing about it? I don't even wear them. There are many shirts and trousers which I haven't even touched since they were purchased. Still have the tags intact. If I would have saved or invested that amount, then I would have been in a better financial position today. Every year there's a new upgrade, always a new category of fashion, always a new trendy design to buy, right? Brands always create a situation of you wanting more and more of their product. They play on your emotion of FOMO, fear of missing out. And whether knowingly or unknowingly, we fall for that trap and keep buying more and more stuff, even when we have no need for those items. Our basic feature as a human being is that we have emotions, and big companies have invested a lot over the years in their R&D to study human behavior patterns and decision-making triggers, to learn and implement the psychological tactics to make us believe that we don't have enough. A lot of people across the globe are starting to wake up and realize these tactics that brands use to spike up their sales, which is only helping those companies to grow 10x, 100x, but there's no actual value for a consumer in most cases that improves our life overall. I mean, think about it. After spending that huge chunk of my money on clothes that I don't even wear, did it help me become a better person? Did it help me earn more money? Did it make me financially free? Or everything opposite? Where is the value in it? We live in a world where we are constantly being told to buy more, and yet some of the happiest and most peaceful people I have known seem to need very little. There's literally a global movement, buy nothing rebellion, around this idea of buy less and share more. In today's episode, I'm going to share 5 such things that I refuse to buy anymore. I'm sure it will be really an eye-opening discussion for many. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go. One in and one out. In the previous video, Look Poor, we discussed how the rich people are frugal, even though they can literally afford whatever they want. If you haven't watched that video yet, make sure you do after this one. For me, frugality is basically about developing a behavior pattern while being conscious about our choices and weighing the pros and cons of that decision. And you may think, oh, it's just one limited edition that I want to buy. But you would be fascinated to know that even this one odd behavior will lead to many such repetitions in the future unconsciously. It will reflect in your business, your job, your career, your personal life. A person who cannot control unnecessary spending often struggles to control unnecessary decisions in other areas of life as well. The habit muscle, when left untrained, can and will affect your decisions in life. And it's not just about one t-shirt, it's about the behavior. A person who smoked their first cigarette in life always said that I'm not addicted and I can always quit. 10 years later, they're still smoking. And why? Because they are stressed. They have convinced themselves now with a valid reason to justify the behavior. Training that muscle of frugality is very, very important, and it will almost affect every aspect of your life and not just one random purchase. So with this rule of one in and one out, what I have decided is that whenever I consider buying new clothes again, I'll also have to ensure that one goes out from my closet. Most of my clothes are of good quality fabric that will last for years before they fade out and start to look bad. I prefer wearing dark colors like black, grey, navy blue. I have had people tell me on my face, why do I always wear such dark colored clothes and I should wear more colorful ones? Well, it comes down to personal choices, what you want to wear. It really doesn't bother me to wear similar colored clothes. I don't care what people think. I'm not gonna wear something just to impress other people. So there's absolutely no reason to keep buying more and more and fill my closet with a heap of clothes that I won't even wear. My mom, as she is from an older generation, have this mentality of not throwing away stuff unless it's completely useless. They will literally make use of anything and everything that they can, and even if not needed immediately, they still want to keep them for the future, which is actually a very good habit to learn from the older generation to some extent. You should pay attention to the behavior patterns of your parents. A lot to learn there actually. No more books. books. If I read one book a week, it will take me over 2.5 years straight to complete reading all the books that I have in my collection. Don't get me wrong, I'm all in favor of reading books, and that's the only reason why I even have such a big collection in the first place. You can see at the back. However, what I do want to tell you is that a lot of people like to buy books but not actually read them. Yes, this is a weird behavior, isn't it? My point is, stop buying more unless you are done with the one you already have. And it's not just about books, as we discussed earlier about clothes as well, and the same idea applies in each and every aspect of your life. I have created many such restraints where if I want to buy something, I don't buy them immediately anymore. I'll add them to my wish list and wait for at least 7 days. If I still feel the need on the 8th day, I'll buy it, no question about it. But if it's not a biting issue, then most likely you will even forget about it after a week. I always stop by a bookshop if I come across one to go through their collections, and almost all the time I walk out of the shop with a new book, never empty-handed. It feels really tempting to me to buy more books, but now that I already have so many unread ones to finish first, I'm literally forcing myself to not buy even a single one until I have completed 90% of my collections at least. And this way I'll actually read more and increase my knowledge and not just keep stacking up books just because it feels good. Another point is that whenever you buy books at the store, always compare the prices online as well. You may find the prices online way cheaper sometimes than in the stores. If it's just a few bucks of difference, then probably it makes sense to buy from the store. But if it's like 10% extra or 20% more, then you can buy from where it's cheaper. And try to avoid hard binding and premium editions unless you are a book collector of some sort. If your goal is to learn from the books, then stick to buying paperbacks, as it will save you a lot of money. You can also consider Kindle or listening to audiobooks, as they are even way cheaper. But if you are anything like me, you may say no to those options because you like to feel the paper while turning the pages and immerse yourself completely in it. I feel you. I believe that's how the books are supposed to be read, from the paper, reading the printed text while touching and turning the pages, not by staring at a glass screen with zero physical interaction. I mean, stick to the paperbacks if you like them and finish the books that you already have. Planned obsolescence. Have you noticed how the things we buy today don't last longer like they used to previously? I may sound like an old-timer, but it's actually true. Hear me out. Be it furniture, electronics, clothes, some kind of gadget, whatever it may be, they all are designed to last for a specific time period before it gives up. I bought a mixer grinder last year and it came with a 1-year brand warranty. I checked all the customer reviews online and I found almost positive reviews. However, by the 14th or 15th month, it started causing problems and I couldn't use the juicer jar anymore. So I had to call the customer service and get a technician to fix it. At first, they asked me if I would consider buying a new juicer jar. I said if it can be fixed at a lesser price, then why would I buy a new one? It cost me almost half the market price to get it repaired. So next time, if it causes any problem again, buying a new one will make more sense than repairing it. See what I'm talking about? Even though I use it carefully without mishandling, but still I encountered a problem just after the warranty expired. Just after the expiration. Makes me wonder, even with our smartphones, I'm not sure if you have heard or not, but this came out in public that smartphone companies will push out software updates, security updates through which they slow down your phones, reduce the quality of your camera and overall performance. Your battery performance will go down. And suddenly, after a couple of years of usage, from nowhere you will start noticing that the phone is lagging, the camera is not good enough anymore, and you will be naturally tempted to buy the latest model to upgrade, as they have better cameras. When you bought your current phone few years back, it also came with the best camera in it. That's why you bought it in the first place, isn't it? Then what really happened? This is what is called planned obsolescence. I looked up for the exact definition and found this. It is a business strategy where a product is intentionally designed to ensure it has an artificially limited useful life. The goal is to force consumers to replace the item after a certain period of time, thereby generating continuous long-term sales volume for the manufacturer. Wow, what an impressive business strategy, eh? Previously, all the phones used to come with replaceable batteries, but now you cannot take the batteries out. In the name of those security or software updates, these phone companies reduce the life of your battery, camera performance, and overall user experience goes down. So now you are made to feel like it's become old and requires an upgrade. New phones are even coming out with 3 and sometimes 4 or 5 cameras. It's insane what all these companies are doing just to boost more sales. I bet if you are a regular person like me and not Christopher Nolan, you would hardly even notice any difference in the picture quality. The rebellion is not buying the latest version. The rebellion is making the current one last longer. Death by 1,000 cuts. It may sound dramatic, but hear me out. When I was working in one of the biggest American banks a few years ago, I noticed something very interesting. Customers subscribe to certain services like Netflix, Spotify, Audible, some gym memberships, and various other things which they haven't been using actively, but they completely forgot about the subscription. And every month for years, their bank accounts have been getting auto-debited with the subscription fees. And they never noticed until it was too late. Customers would go on filing claims for each transactions to get their money back. But of course, it was pre-authorized by them, so the charges are not incorrect in the first place. This is one such example of how so many people across the globe lose money. If it was saved and invested, then it would have become an asset over the years. It's very important that you track your expenses. Check your bank account for any active mandates. If there is anything that you don't need, deactivate them immediately. Every penny going out is basically your life being spent to earn it back. Why would you waste your life mindlessly? Today, people are buying more and more stuff because almost every month there's some kind of sale. They feel they are buying into the best deal, they are saving money, but truth be told, that's not really what's happening. Companies create this FOMO and we tend to fall for it without thinking much. And also because of the extreme convenience of digital payments, now people can buy 24/7 from their phone itself. I love window shopping, it's really fun, but I add them to my wish list, not to my cart. I'll buy someday if I really need, as I explained earlier, or else no. You literally have to consider creating a friction to stop this addiction of online shopping. I know a lot of people struggle with this. I used to have all the shopping apps on my phone, so I can literally place orders from my phone anytime I want. When I realized this behavior pattern, I uninstalled all the shopping apps from my phone immediately. And whenever required, I will go over my laptop to place any order. And if I be completely honest with you, uninstalling the shopping apps didn't solve my shopping addiction right away. In fact, I felt the urge to install the apps back again and shop again. But then I used to uninstall again. I kept repeating this behavior and kept forcing myself not to shop from my phone until I really got used to it. And it took me a few months. And now I don't shop on my phone at all. And even if I do, that's not an impulse buy anymore. This has happened many times with me where I literally felt guilty after placing some orders, and I would think to myself, why am I spending so recklessly? And I would go on cancelling those orders. See, everything is fixable. It will take some time and strong will to do it. You can come out of it too. Buying more stuff doesn't really make you happy. If anything, it makes you feel even more miserable. See, brands feed on your emotional spending behavior. Next time, if you feel like buying something, don't place the order immediately. Add to your wish list first, give it at least a day or two, and think about it. How does buying that product gonna help you? Say your monthly salary is 50,000 and you buy a phone that costs 35,000. Now you have to work extra to earn that 35,000. If it's not absolutely necessary, do not buy it. It's not just money that you're losing, it's your life that you're trading away unknowingly for these corporations. They have enough money, they don't need more. Stop being charitable to these companies. Be mindful, be free.